The wind howled through the ancient trees, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers towards the darkening sky. The moon, hidden behind a veil of thick clouds, cast an eerie glow over the desolate landscape. This was the perfect setting for the tale of the Banshee, a creature that haunted the nightmares of those who dared to venture into its domain. In a small, isolated village nestled deep within the heart of Ireland, the villagers lived in constant fear of the Banshee's wailing cries. It was said that the Banshee was a harbinger of death, a supernatural being that foretold the demise of a loved one. Its mournful cries echoed through the night, sending shivers down the spines of those who heard it. One stormy evening, as the rain poured down relentlessly, a young woman named Maeve found herself alone in her cottage. Her husband, Liam, had gone out to sea with the other fishermen, leaving her to tend to their home. Maeve was no stranger to the tales of the Banshee, but she had always dismissed them as mere superstitions. However, as the storm raged on, she couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. Suddenly, a bone-chilling cry pierced through the air, causing Maeve to jump in fright. The sound was unlike anything she had ever heard before, a haunting melody that seemed to come from the depths of the underworld. Fear gripped her heart as she realized that the Banshee had come for her husband. Frantic with worry, Maeve grabbed a lantern and rushed out into the storm. The rain soaked her to the bone, but she paid no mind to her own discomfort. She had to find Liam, to warn him of the impending danger. As she made her way towards the shore, the cries of the Banshee grew louder, its presence becoming more palpable with every step. The wind whipped at her hair, pulling it away from her face, and the salty spray of the sea stung her eyes. But Maeve pressed on, her determination fueled by love and desperation. Finally, she reached the rocky cliffs overlooking the raging ocean. There, amidst the crashing waves and tumultuous winds, she spotted Liam's small fishing boat. Its sails tattered and torn, it struggled against the force of the storm. Maeve's heart sank as she realized that she was too late. With tears streaming down her face, she called out to Liam, her voice lost in the chaos of the storm. But then, above the howling wind, a familiar voice reached her ears. It was Liam, calling out to her from the boat. He was alive. Maeve's relief was short-lived, however, as the Banshee's cries grew louder, drowning out all other sounds. The creature appeared before her, a spectral figure cloaked in darkness. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and its long, tangled hair whipped around its face. But instead of feeling fear, Maeve felt a surge of anger. She refused to let the Banshee claim her husband's life. With all her might, she raised her lantern high above her head and shouted, "Begone, foul creature! You shall not take him." To her astonishment, the Banshee recoiled, its cries turning into a pitiful whimper. It vanished into the night, leaving Maeve and Liam in stunned silence. They had defied the Banshee, and it had retreated. From that day forward, the villagers spoke of Maeve and Liam's courage, their defiance against the supernatural. The Banshee never returned to the village, and the tales of its wailing cries became nothing more than whispers in the wind. But deep within the hearts of the villagers, the memory of that fateful night lingered. They knew that the Banshee was not to be trifled with, that its haunting cries carried a weight of sorrow and death. And so, they lived their lives, always mindful of the darkness that lurked just beyond their reach.